Oh, hi. This is Dan Courtney, and I've been engaging in a number of online debates and comment debates recently, in which the verses in the Bible, Numbers 31, specifically Numbers 31, 17, and 18, have come up in the context of morality. And I have compiled a top 10 list, if you would, top 10 uh, Christian arguments for why Numbers 31, 17, and 18 are morally good. So actually, it's 9. I need the 10th. If you have another argument at the end of this in the comments section down below, then go ahead and send me your argument, especially if you're Christian arguments for why Numbers 31, 17, and 18 are morally good. So, well, let's read those verses, and then we can discuss some of these arguments. Now, by the way, all the verses I'm going to read are from the King James Bible. Okay. Now, therefore, kill every male among the little ones, kill every woman that hath known man by lying with him, but all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. Okay, just a little background. What they're talking about is the Israelites being commanded to kill the Midianites, specifically the women and children that are not female virgins, and keep alive for themselves. I guess that means as partners, wives, I suppose. Okay, so let's start at the top of the list. Like I said, I don't have 10, but I do have 9. Let's pray for the 10th one. Okay, number 9. You must, quote, read it in context. Okay, well, this really isn't an argument. They're just saying that we must understand the full context of what we're reading, and what better point to get a little context than right here. So the question is, okay, well, why would the Israelites do this? Well, let's read the whole passage to start with, and maybe to give us a little context. Numbers 31 at the beginning says, And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. Afterward shalt thou be gathered unto thy people. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, Arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge the Lord of Midian. And then thousands of soldiers gathered. 4 and 5 talks about that. And Moses sent them to war. And they warred against the Midianites, as the Lord commanded Moses, and they slew all the males. And they slew the kings of Midian, besides the rest of them that were slain, namely, even a couple of folks that were slain, kings, etc. Balaam also the son of Bor they slew with a sword, etc. Okay. And the children of Israel took all the women of Midianite captives and their little ones, and took the spoil of their cattle and their flocks and all their goods. And they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire. And they took all the spoil and all the prey, both of men and beasts. And they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp at the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan near Jericho. And Moses and Eleazar the priest, and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host, with the captains over 1,000, captains over hundreds, which came from the battle. And Moses said unto them, Have ye saved all the women alive? Behold, they caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor. And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that hath known a man by lying with him. But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. Those last 2 verses were 17 and 18. Okay. Now, let's get a little bit more context. Now we know a little bit more about it. Let's go back maybe to Numbers 25, where it actually talks about some of the reasons this all transpired. All right, so Numbers 25. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods, and the people did eat and bow down to their gods. And Israel joined himself unto Bolpar, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. By the way, Baal-Peor is a god. Baal Peor. Peor being a mountain in the area. I guess Baal is a local god of the mountain. Anyway, as I said, Israel joined himself against Baal Peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel for them worshiping apparently the wrong god. And the Lord said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel. Oh, nice. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baal Peor. And behold, one of the children of Israel became and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phinehas the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. I didn't talk about this part, but there was a plague among Israel. And those, by the way, that died from the plague were 24,000. So 24,000 apparently Israelites were killed by God with a plague because of what they were worshiping the wrong God, I guess. Okay, and the Lord spake upon Moses, saying, Phinehas the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, hath turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, and I consumed not the children of Israel with my jealousy. Okay, and it continues. Wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace. Oh, nice guy. And he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, blah, blah, blah. Basically good things for the guy that killed the people. Let's see. And the Lord spake upon Moses, saying, vex the Midianites and smite them, for they vex you with their wiles, where they have beguiled you in the matter of Peor, in the matter of Cosbi, the daughter of the prince of Midian, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague for Peor's sake. Okay, so that's Numbers 25. Numbers 26 just talks about the gathering of the army, what clans and so forth they came from. 27 takes care of some more war preparation stuff, inheritance issues, and the like. 28 is God's requirement for animal sacrifices, lambs and kids and juvenile goats, not children, and such. 29, lots more rams and goats and animal sacrifices. 30, all about what makes a binding vow and who can witness and void it and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so that takes us then back to 31, where the genocide, the atrocities actually occur. Okay, so there's some context for you. Does that help? It sounds pretty hideous to me. We're still talking about, here it is, Numbers 31, 17, and 18. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that hath known a man by lying with him. But all the women and children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. All right, so we're killing women and children and keeping the virgins for sex slaves? Doesn't say. Okay, so that was number 9. The next ones won't be so long, I promise. Okay, number 8. The number 8 reason why Christians say this is okay. Because the Israelites were defending themselves from a, quote, malicious pursuing army. Okay, so the key point here is that the killing and raping occurred after the Midianite army was defeated and their homes were looted and burned. So there was no pursuing army. The army had already been wiped out. So it can't be a reason for why Israelites did what they did. Number 7, God, quote, and by the way, these are all quotes I have from people that have made sincere arguments for why this is good. Number 7, God, quote, uses people to carry out his judgment. Well, first question that comes to mind is, why would an omnipotent God need to use people to do his dirty work? Isn't he omnipotent? Couldn't he do it himself? And How does this in any way correspond to the well-being of those that were slaughtered or raped? It doesn't. And even, Immanuel Kant, a couple hundred years ago, influential philosopher, he said always treat people as ends in themselves, never as means to an end. He seemed to understand in the Age of Enlightenment, or leading up to it anyway, that you shouldn't just use people like that. It's immoral. Okay, number 6. Quote, instead of leaving these women, referring to the virgins, in the desert to die, they were integrated into the society as an act of mercy, unquote. Really, an act of mercy. Let's see. You wipe out all the men. You burn the cities. You steal all their stuff. Then you come back and you kill the rest of the family, the mothers, the daughters, the infant brothers, and it's merciful to take these women for themselves. Yeah. Well, if that's mercy, I don't want any part of it. Okay. Number 5 reason. Quote, these instructions were given to Israel as part of the old covenant and don't apply to all mankind, especially to those of us under a new covenant, unquote. Well, what happened to absolute moral standards from an unchanging God? Well, apparently he changed his mind. Christian morality is exactly what Christians accused atheists of having. That is, a subjective relative morality, because Christian morality is at the whim of supposed moral lawgiver and relative to who and where you lived. So it's God is the subject, apparently, of the subjective morality, and it only applies to certain people at certain places, so it's certainly relative. I don't believe in morality like that. Number 4, quote, God is well within his rights to take away human life, unquote. Well, again, this doesn't address the question of morality. God can do it because God said he can do it. And if you don't agree with him, he'll do it to you, apparently. This not only misses a point, it's a circular argument. Okay, the number 3 reason. Quote, God judged the Midianites for their idolatry, sexual immorality, and dire threat to Israel's messianic mission. Don't judge God, unquote. Well, first, it wasn't the Midianites' alleged misdeeds that were cited as the initial problem. It was that some Israelites voluntarily worshipped the wrong God. How many other tribes worshipped other gods without getting God's wrath? It was only the Midianites' proximity to the Jews and the Jews' lack of commitment to Yahweh that is apparently of concern to God. And don't judge God? Come on. Apparently it's okay to judge God if you say he's wonderful and good, but not okay to judge if you think killing defenseless women and children is a problem. I think it's a problem, and I think it's hypocritical to tell us not to judge God when you're judging God. Number 2 reason, quote, as an atheist, you have no moral grounds to find any other morality wrong, much less that of the Bible, unquote. Well, first of all, that's not true, because unlike the biblical authors, I believe morality has to do with the well-being of conscious creatures. And second, just like number 9 previously, this isn't an argument for why the actions were okay. Even if atheists didn't know the first thing about morality and were horrible people, like most of us should have learned in kindergarten, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Okay, and the number 1 reason why this is morally okay, quote, if sinful creatures such as us know to punish our children and prevent them from perverting our morals, how much more would God, unquote. So, if your child is acting immorally, which is what? Acting like a child? They will somehow be, quote, perverting our morals, unquote. And the solution, according to this Christian? Well, rape them and kill them, of course, because this will restore your moral compass. Well, just for the record, do not hurt your children, and do not let your irrational devotion to an ancient text guide your morality. So, send me your defense of Numbers 31, 17, and 18. Tell me what important factors I've neglected. I look forward to your response.